Welcome to Barbies and Baby Dolls, where I talk about dolls. Big and small, I love them all. My name is Becca, and let's get this video started. Today I want to talk about how I came to collect reborns. I also want to introduce to the world this baby, my first authentic reborn. And while I talk about her, I'm going to change her into some cozy jammies. We're supposed to be getting a snowstorm tonight, so I thought it only fitting to put her in these cute little polar bear jammies. It's sage green with some little snowflakes, and some of the bears have little blue hats on or little blue scarves. And I figure to make it just a little extra girly, we're going to add this little gray bow to her hair. So let's get started into how I started collecting reborns. Let's go back a couple years. It was August of 2022. I lost my dad, and it broke me in so many pieces. I didn't even know how to function. So I started doing some research, and I found out about weighted items and being them helpful on regulating the body. I started with a weighted teddy bear, and then I just tried a weighted blanket, and it just, I don't know, it just wasn't doing anything for me. So that fall, I started doing a little bit more research, and I started looking on YouTube, and I found some videos of some doll collectors, reborn doll collectors, that also had recently lost a parent or dealt with some type of major loss in their life. And they had mentioned how reborns was very, very helpful for them. So I thought, hey, why don't I give it a try? I didn't know much. It was very much in the beginning. And I found these two dolls on Amazon. I now know them to be replica kits. There was a replica of the Tink Sculpt and a replica of the Maggie Sculpt. They were very, very cute. I will definitely share some photos on here of those first two dolls that I had. But you know what? They weren't weighted like the way that a lot of people said reborns were weighted. And at that point, I didn't know how to alter a doll, like what made it so great, like adding the beads to it, glass beads, or the cloth body qualities and stuff like that. I didn't know anything about that. So after a while, I actually ended up rehoming those dolls because they weren't giving me the satisfaction that I thought they would. And then, of course, there's the whole debate about replicas and authentics and all that stuff. And I found out all the hoopla behind that. And I do want to state, though, to be clear with everybody, I have no problems with replicas. If that's what you can afford, and if you love that baby, then I love that baby. It's as simple as that. I personally only collect authentic dolls, authentic painted, artist painted dolls. And I do have some manufactured dolls too, but that's fine. Also during my journey, I came across Paradise Gallery's dolls. They're also adorable dolls, very cuddly, very cute. I actually had a pretty good selection of them. I'll definitely add some photos also here of the dolls that I did have. I had quite a few. And then came the Dolls of the World Expo in June of 2023. Once I found out about this doll expo, I was very, very excited because I could easily drive there and I'd be able to see reborns in real life to really understand the quality and the weight of a real reborn doll. And I went there with a budget and a certain scope in mind. Basically, I didn't want just the typical looks like a regular baby type of doll. I wanted something with elf ears, basically. I wanted a fairy or a little elf. So, as I was walking around the expo, I came upon this little beauty. She was under budget for what I had decided I wanted to spend. And she had the perfect little elf ears. This baby was painted by Raine Born of Raine Babies, and she is the Elfie kit. She was just so cute. She came actually in this beautiful, she had a gown and a cloak. The dolls that day on this woman's table, she had a couple different elf dolls, and now I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't get the other one that was there. She had them named after Lord of the Ring characters, and this one was called Arwen, like the Queen of the Elves from Lord of the Rings. I actually ended up keeping that name because I just couldn't think of a more perfect name for this little beauty. She also had a brown wig that was glued on. I'll show pictures of what she looked like when I got her. And over time, I decided I didn't like the wig that much because it covered up her ears. And I was all about these ears. I wanted to show the world and let everybody know that she was a little elf, a little fairy elf. So when I took off her wig, luckily her head was painted beautifully. There's really light mottling and veining, and it's beautiful. I love a nice little bald baby. And she's got these beautiful blue piercing eyes and some applied lashes. She's so precious. And I just love those ears. You can't beat it. She's definitely a forever baby. Because now I've had her, it's been over like almost a year and a half now that I've had her. And I remember at first, when I first got her, I was just like too afraid to play with her because she was just so delicate and so beautifully painted. It took me a long time to actually change her and play with her. And also she kind of has, a lot of her clothes are themed. Like I put a lot of fairy items on her or unicorn items. But today she's got to have this little polar bear item because we're going to get some snow tonight. So, but yeah, she's just such a precious little baby. She weighs about 5 pounds. So she's got some good weight on her. And after finding this doll, I became hooked. I came back from the expo. I ended up selling all my Paradise Galleries dolls so that I could save up to get my next reborn doll. I was absolutely hooked. I started watching reborn videos nonstop. I found reborns.com where you can find authentically painted dolls, and I enjoy that website. I have found a couple artists now that I've bought several of their babies. It just is a very reliable place for me to go shopping. Now, in 2024, I have purchased a handful more of reborns, and I do plan on doing separate videos for all of those dolls. Introduce them to the world, tell people their personalities, change them, and all that good stuff. But today, I just wanted to share the story of how I got Arwen and how I started collecting reborns. Losing my dad was a very difficult time in my life, and it's still a struggle every single day. But having these beautiful dolls to be able to hold and cuddle have been very, very helpful for me. And I definitely recommend them to people that, feel a little lost. They want to cuddle onto something. Why not a beautiful little doll where you can go and buy cute new clothes for and change them and put bows in their hair or hats for them? If you crochet or sew, you can make outfits for them. It's just a really great, wholesome hobby. And I'm really, really glad that I found them. So this little story was all about Arwen and how she came into my world. And also, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.